Hey guys, what's up? Kiwi here. We are having an EZL match. It's Blood Crows versus Team Cloudstorm. It's the first match of the second season. That always happens to me. Okay, so I've got Blakeinator here and Hypervane, and they're going to be casting for me. Yeah, so here we go.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to this EZL match. I'm ready to get into this nice, great game. How about you, Hyper?
I am very excited, and we shall see how this goes. It's supposed to be Let's see how this goes. I'm very excited for this EZL match. I'm happy for your colorcaster and Blake here for your play-by-play.
Yeah, ready to get into just a nice, good match here. Is it supposed to be draft or blind?
Blind, crap. Oh, MG. Draft.
Alright, so we got, Hallian.
There. Now it's draft.
We got, Hallian, Shang 777, and by Alvaro 546, 14 Cloudstorm. And then we got Yugero 54, Punch Hard, and VG Lufuf for Team Blood Crows.
And as we start this draft, we have a Taka ban, an interesting ban, and a Baron ban as well.
Oh, and there's some interesting picks coming out here. You don't see them very often. A lot of times you see the Catherine and the Grace. So seeing the Taka Baron is very interesting.
Arden, a very good captain with his Vanguard, be able to keep his team with alive. And then a Glaive, a very good Jajang pick, and a Scarf. Ooh, very fast physical going up here. Yeah, I'm very surprised they didn't go for the captain bans, because those captains are really strong in out the nerfs. They're really strong picks, so I'm surprised they didn't ban War pick those captains. But I do expect Team Blood Crows to pick a be their captain.
Interesting pick there by Shang777, picking a Alpha into a Scarf. Scarf really good against that Alpha, being able to get that goop down, get the Spitfire burn off on him, is just able to just shut down and just lock down Alpha really hard with the goop. So definitely going to be an interesting match. Ringo, pretty good pick here, and then they got the Finn to finish it off. Real good all-around comp for Team B. Definitely looking forward to this, and he's going to have a good game.
Yes, who do you think won that draft, in your opinion, Blake?
I have to give it to Team Crow on side B. The Glaive Scarf pick was really strong. Scarf, very flex, can go both lane jungle. Glaive can go all three. You can even go pull out a Roam Glaive if you need to. So having that flex pick gives them a lot of flexibility there and chance to just counter pick what they get with their last two picks for side A. And the little questionable picking the Alpha into a Scarf, but hey, he's the one that wanted it. We'll see how he does.
And the key for these team fights will definitely be the aggressor here. Once he gets his stun, he'll be definitely hard to deal with. And none of these heroes specifically counter Finn. If they had a long reach hero, they would have a better chance. But they're going to be close quarters, and with that Finn, he'll be able to beat the team fights all maintained together, and they'll have the advantage in early, late, and mid for the team fights. Well, once Finn gets his stun out, they're really huge advantage in the team fights. But if they can catch Finn off by himself, that'll be the best chance to go in and make sure that Finn is get that kill on the Finn. But together, they will be a very deadly team to go up against.
Yeah, so we see Cloudstorm going for the mid tree and able to get that, no contest. But gotta give him a little bit of a slow level disadvantage having started with that.
True, you normally see them start with the tree at first, but Team Crow started with their fronts first, which is smart. They can get that early level gain with the double and the heal fronts. With the backs, I mean. But yeah, it's a good play to go out the tree first to get that extra heal and extra XP for the level advantage as well. And
nice goop placement. Gonna get a little bit of burn on Alvaro. There goes the afterburn. Polite Company gonna get some damage off. There goes the Quibble. And the Glaive, one more hit should finish him off. Oh, Healing Flask coming in clutch. There goes the Alpha with the Prime Directive. Gonna come in. Scarf. There goes the Spitfire. Oh, Polite Company gonna pull Alpha out of the Spitfire range. and keep her from getting burned. Alpha going back in with a core charge. And they're going to be backing off.
See, there with Finn, he is a big hunking troll. He is a very, very good defensive hero who can change team fights very drastically. Just then, that little damage from his quibble, little bit damage to help get that, or would have been a kill on the Ringo, but and then the key for them for team Cloudstorm is that Arden. That Arden will use his Vanguard. To use his Vanguard to help his teammates stay alive, or to engage in team fights, and to use his Gauntlet to keep them all contained. But the Gauntlet cannot stop Finn, so they will have to try to use their Vanguard to try either the Scarf or the Glaive, so the Glaive and the Clark cannot escape. If they get Finn in it, Finn cannot be stopped by the Vanguard, and that will be a disadvantage for their team. They have to make sure to keep the team fights without Finn in the engagement, but if into the engagement, they have a hard time with the team fight just because of the heroes and we have an engagement.
Yep. So Alpha up there, there's the Prime Directive. We're going to go in on the Scarf turret shot coming out from the Quibble, and that's going to get Alpha down to about half health. Alpha going to back off, go back to her farm, and nice try in the engage, did not work out for her. Quibble plus the turret shot, taking her down to half health, doing some nice hefty damage.
If you take a look at the builds here, the Glaive has a piercing spear and a swift shooter. I expected him to get tension bow first item, and as the Alpha teleports away, as the Arden teleports back home, Arden has some traps. Vision is really key. No matter who you're going up against, vision is really key to know where the enemies are and to have a better strategy or how to go about things. Ringo probably going for breaking point first item, where he just has that swift shooter for some attack speed. Ringo is in the lane alone as his teammates go to get some farm, and I suspect to be a engagement really, really soon.
Spitfire gonna land off on the Arden, get a little bit of poke damage off.
Strange how Alpha only has an Oak Heart. I assume he'll be going towards Storm Crown, which is interesting. That's part of recommended builds, but I guess a Shattered Glass would be a better to start off with, because I got some kind of crystal damage to start off with. But it's just the Oak Heart, which is strange in boots. Yeah, from looking at the Ringo's going to be going Breaking Point first, which is an interesting starting item for a Ringo. Normally you see Ringo starting out with the Sorrow Blade at the least, because with his Trolling Silver, he has that really good attack speed early. So he doesn't need the attack speed so much early because it's his Trolling Silver, but then we have a Scarf going Frostburn. That's typical. You have to go Eve or Frostburn first. The Frostburn for the early slow, and it will build toward as we build more crystal items. That slow will surely grow, and get up this Glaive with a tension bow. And Finn looking here to get a Falcons to start off with, and there's a
nice Spitfire Goop combo coming off from the Scarf. Gonna be able to take down that Ringo, and that's gonna be first blood for Team Crow.
Yes. Scarf just outranged Ringo a little bit, so Scarf just has the advantage trade-off in the lane with his scoop and his Spitfire. So that was a really good engagement by the Scarf. Has the advantage of the game because of the range from his fire. And
Spitfire coming out, gonna land on the Alpha. Glaive and Finn looking to catch this Alpha out. Here comes Ringo back into this fight, and it looks like we're gonna have a good team fight here. Glaive going in on the Ringo, gonna take him out. Afterburn's gonna go back out before the Ringo, or after the Ringo dies. Gonna punt the Alpha away, and Alpha is going to be able to get out. Good engage, nice damage coming off on the Glaive, able to take that Ringo down. Turret going off on the Glaive. There goes the Prime Directive, not gonna lock onto him. Glaive looking to get some damage off onto the Alpha. There goes the Afterburn, gonna punt her away, and Scarf is gonna be able to get out.
Yeah, going over the Prime on the thing was a bad idea. Always targeting their captain is not a good idea, because that gives the teammates the time to target you and to target their tank. That is not very smart, and that engagement was a bad engagement by Team A, and Team Crow have either way, any team fight they have, that Finn is a really good person to have, because with his Quibble and his company, he can give fortified health to his team and keep them a little bit alive a lot longer. And that Glaive Afterburn, he can go in, slam someone that way, Finn can stun him. And this honestly, the East team fight is going to be very interesting, but the East team fight, I give the advantage to Team Crow just because that Finn pick was a really good pickup for them. But if Team Cloudstorm can take the advantage to separate Scarf and Glaive, they may have the advantage. But in team fights, I will give all the teams all the way to Team Crow because of that Finn and his Flight Company and his Quibble. Because that extra damage he does with their Quibble and his Flight Company can bring them towards them and have 4 or 5 of his teammates. That'll be very important with each engagement as they do. And now everyone's back in the team.
Looking like we might see a team fight here. There goes a Quibble. Gauntlet is available for Shang now, so that'll be a good engagement tool for him. We do see the Arden going the first item, Atlas. Interesting item pickup. C wants to shut the Glaive down early, but not having that fountain up yet. Glaive going in with the Afterburn. Ringo getting caught out heavy. There goes a Spitfire on top of the goop, and he's going to go down for the Blood Song from Glaive. Yeah, Ringo just got caught out, overextending way too far right there, and that's probably going to be turret for Team Crow.
Wasted Gauntlet.
There goes the Quibble. Going to be able to do Afterburn. Going to be blocked by the Reflex block. Not quite going to be able to take out the Arden. There goes the Forced Accord. Arden coming back in, but Glaive and Scarf are locked onto that Alpha. Alpha might be popping her ult here soon. There goes the Arden. And there goes the Prime Directive. Going to take out the Scarf. Ult. Termination Protocol is still up for Hao Yin, so he might be looking to engage here.
I do not specifically agree with getting Aldrich pulled in as first item. No matter who you're being at captain, you need the fountain for the heals for your teammates are low. You need the fountain. The Atlas is a good item, but I would not get it early game just because Glaive's early game speed, especially going catchable first, is not going to be as great. Maybe mid to late he will need the Atlas for sure to shut down the Glaive, but that first item Atlas I do not agree with. And he needs that fountain for when his teammates are low. He can just use that fountain to get the health back up to where it needs to be stay alive. I do not agree with that.
Yeah.
It was a really bad pick, but ended up wasted all the Gauntlet too. There's no reason to use that Gauntlet. No reason. Just to see the turn, it was really a big waste of the Arden's part.
You guys, check out that Ringo CS. Is that a little low, or is that...
Yeah, that is a pretty low CS on the side of Ringo. 42 at 9 minutes. Definitely lacking a bit on the CS. Scarf up by about 40. Nice Afterbird coming out on the Alpha. Alpha is getting low. Quibble, gonna be able to get the Termination Protocol off last second. There goes the Prime Directive. Termination Protocol going off. Gonna be able to take out the Scarf. There goes the Gauntlet. Nice Gauntlet by Arden. There goes the Hellfire Brew going off onto the Finn. Glaive gonna be able to Afterburn and take out the Ringo. And Alpha locking on to the Glaive. Glaive, though, stun is now on the Quibble for Finn. Punch Hard getting low. Gonna be taken out by a Core Overload charge.
That Alpha's gonna carry this game.
Yeah, really good play by Alpha. She's doing a great job. Having that Aftershock, heavy defense, just really tanky. Able to just do massive damage with this Scarf and just lock onto him. So, maybe not as bad a pick as I thought.
Now, this Arden's build is very all over the place. He does not have Fountain yet, which is going to be key. That Fountain will be key, but since he doesn't have Fountain, that's going to be very disadvantage for his team. He has a Flare Gun, Atlas, a Reflex Block. He needs to get a Fountain. He has not built Fountain yet, which is really, really strange. You need Fountain at all guards, regardless of what happens. You need a Fountain for your team is low. You can get their health back. He needs a Fountain, but he doesn't have one yet, which is very questionable. Starblade for the Ringo, which is a really good pickup for him. Alpha going Storm Crown and Aftershock, a pretty good recommended build. The Storm Crown to help with the farming, do extra damage to the enemy. And Aftershock is going to be really, really good on the Finn, because Finn is really health based. And with a bunch of health from him, that Aftershock will really, really well. And Alpha's going to get caught out right here.
There's the Afterburn. Alpha going to be able to get out in time, though. Having tier 2 boots is going to have enough movement speed to outrun that Glaive. Oh, there goes the Flare as they're going into the bush. Alpha locking on to the Scarf. Scarf getting low. There goes the Gauntlet. Afterburn going down. Gonna push Alpha out of the Gauntlet, but Scarf still low. Gonna be taken out by the Alpha. Alpha just able to just lock onto that Scarf, and there's not much Scarf can do in these fights to get out of there.
Yes, Alpha for them is going to be key.
Nice
for them.
afterburn over the wall for Glaive to get out, and he's going to be able to survive.
Alpha
Ooh,
is a
nice quibble, gonna stun the Alpha, but Alpha is going to be able to take out the Finn, and that's going to be a Crystal Sentry.
Yes, Alpha's going to be key. She is really good at using her prime directive to single target the carry and go to that carry and do massive damage. So the Scarf's going to have a pretty hard time unless they can deal with that Alpha. But Arden right now is not doing well for their team. Again, he has no Falcon. His build's kind of all over the place. He has a Atlas early. The Arden is not really.
It's kind of he's not doing much, but he's also doing much. Build wise, a little bit skeptical, not having that fountain, going for the vision's understandable, but before you get a fountain up, going to early Atlas is questionable, but he is doing good gauntlet wise, trapping them in for Alpha to just get in there, finish the team off. So somehow it's working out.
Somehow, but that fountain is still important. He needs that fountain for the late team engagement. He needs that fountain. I'm expecting to get it later, but we shall see what happens. Glaive going Shiv and Tension Bow. Nice pick up with the Shiv. That's a good sustain for him. And the Mortal Wound is definitely good for any disabling any healing. But I don't normally see Shiv on Glaive. I normally see Spell Sword on Glaive, but then I heard Spell Sword is really good on him. And
yeah, I see Shiv quite a bit actually. Shiv's a pretty good item on Glaive.
Do you think a Spell Sword or?
It depends. There's multiple different builds you can go. Sorrow Blade Tension Bow Shiv's a good one. Sorrow Blade Spell Sword Tension Bow is a good one. Even Sorrow Blade Spell Sword Shiv isn't too bad either. But multiple different builds you can go, and it's just really strong. I think one of the ones I see most often is Sorrow Blade Spell Sword Tornado Trigger. That's a really strong one. Be able to get those attacks off fast from the rapid fire from the Tornado Trigger, and then having your afterburn up quite a bit often from the Spell Sword. There goes the Force Accord. Gonna pull Ringo in. There goes the Gauntlet, but Ringo is down. Quibble going to finish him off. And they're going to be to lock out the Alpha, the Scarf, getting locked onto from the Alpha. Nice Quibble, going to push this Alpha down. Prime Directive going to get him out, but is Glaive going to be able to finish him off? No, Alpha is back up, is going to use Boots to get out of there. And that was a pretty good engage by Team Crow, but Alpha being good, able to get that Scarf down. 5-0, Alpha doing a great job this game. Really carrying this team. Ringo, still a little far behind on farm. 75 to Scarf's 100.
See, I don't agree with the Bonesaw pick because the only person who has armor for him is the Finn. He needs either, I guess, like a tension bulge and current or even breaking point would be better. But Bonesaw in this situation is not that needed just because the only one that has armor is Finn. He's probably going to get a Atlas to deal with his attack speed, but the Scarf nor the Glaive at attack speed for him. So Bonesaw is very questionable in this situation.
Yeah, probably a good pickup for him. Probably would be a Tornado Trigger and then maybe go Bonesaw third item. Gauntlet coming down, gonna stun the Glaive after he afterburns the Ringo. Glaive locked onto the Ringo. Alpha going to be able to finish off that Scarf. Turret's doing some massive damage onto the Arden, though. Is Glaive going to be able to finish off the Ringo. And Alpha under turret going after the Finn. Turret doing some massive damage to Alpha. Alpha getting really low. Glaive missing a great opportunity to finish off this Alpha. Is going to get out and take some of her farm.
Yes. Alpha is an extremely good assassin, able to, with her prime objective, to single out carries and go to them, do massive crystal damage. And with her prime reboot, she is extremely hard to kill. So just because if she gets a reboot up, you have to wait for her reboot. You have to kill her in the reboot, or she will come out to life and she will be able to do more damage. That reboot is extremely well on her, and she'll be hard to kill because of that. Scarf picking up the Eve, really good energy and lifesteal. Finn getting the work threats early.
Ooh, Alpha and Arden coming up behind the Scarf. Gauntlet coming down, not going to land. Prime Directive going in on the Scarf. And Alpha going to be able to finish him off. There goes the Termination Protocol. Prime Directive not going to go. Oh, Glaive punting Alpha out of turret range. That was their chance to take out the Alpha, but going to get out of turret range because of the afterburn, and Arden is going to be able to finish him off. Alpha looking to get this ace and finish off. Prime Directive gonna actually lock onto the turret and not land on the Finn. Turret gonna be able to finish off the Alpha. Is it? Yep, there goes down Alpha. But that is gonna be an ace for team.
That pull by Finn was questionable. There was no need to pull them towards them. Yes, they were under turn, but in that situation, there was no need to pull all of them towards them. The Glaive needed to gather his really low health, and he pulled them towards him, and that was their downfall, and that is what ended up giving them the ace. The Finn pull was not needed in that specific situation. Then, very quick question on the Finn's part. Glaive working towards, I believe, Starblade now. Finn with the War Tread is a good pickup. Atlas, which I expected, has now scratch. Now he has Vision now. He has Vision to place and just to see them. Vision is really good. He might as well pick up contraptions, so he won't be wasting his money buying just scout traps and flares. He might as well just buy contraptions so he can save money and be able to have them on hand just in case he needs them. And
Ringo getting some nice damage off on the Finn. Then we do see the Fountain pickup finally coming out from Arden. Fountain, Aegis, Atlas, Journey Boots, and a contraption. Journey Boots are a little bit interesting pick, but gives him great positioning, able to keep up with the team. And Alpha just having great engage with the Prime Directive. He won't really need those War Treads to keep her engaged on them, so not a bad pickup.
Yeah, I agree. The Journey Boost will be a little bit better just because he will be able to go faster to his team when they need him the most. And yes, War Tread is a good team engagement, but with Finn, he can use his hook to bring the engagement to them, when he needs to. So Journey Boost would have been a better pickup for better positioning. He would be able to run to his teammates better when they need him the most. War Tread does not give you a whole bunch of the team boosts, but.
Alright, Prime Directive coming in, going to be getting some stacks up off on the Glaive. Gauntlet coming down, and Glaive not going to be able to have to run over the wall, but is going to get out of the Gauntlet, and things not looking good for Finn. There goes the Hellfire Brew not quite going to get blocked. Alpha going to be able to finish him off. Prime Directive going to land off on the Scarf, and Scarf is going to get hit by that. Oh man, Alpha just working out this team like crazy, doing some nice damage. Prime Directive's coming in, just doing nice damage. And things are looking good for Team Cloudstorm.
Yeah, that's the only problem with Finn, that he may be really tanky, but he's really, really slow. So if he gets caught out, that's pretty much an easy kill because he's super slow. Even with Journey Boots, it'll be a little bit easier for him to run away, but overall, catching a Finn outside without his team is a really easy kill just because he cannot do much but stun so you can't do a whole lot. That's the only issue with Finn. He's really slow. That's why not many people pick him just because he gets caught out. He's a really good tank for team fights, but by himself he cannot do a whole lot. Let's see, look at those real quick. Finn with the Crucible gives him extra health, and the useless block for the block ending is the Ringo ult. Ringo going for the Tyrant Monocle. The Fountain Flakes, he got an Aegis. Do you agree with that Aegis pick on the Arden?
Yeah, actually, Aegis a really good pickup against this comp. Scarf being able to dish out heavy damage, and build up stacks with that Broken Myth. If you're not careful, she can just slowly just chip you down, and it chips you down very heavily. Even as the roam, picking up that Aegis nullifies a bit of that damage, and just makes you a little bit tankier against that Scarf, and able to just body block more Spitfires. So definitely a good pickup. I definitely commemorate him for that. Strong pickup on the Arden, getting that Aegis. And but Arden going to Atlas the Finn.
Very, very questionable. Why would you
There goes the Quibble, going to lock down the... Oh, okay, that was a really great Quibble. Finishes off the Ringo for the most part. Stuns Arden out of the Gauntlet, and just nice damage coming off from Scarf in this team fight. Oh, Prime Directive going to land, but the Termination Protocol not quite going to land on Glaive. But she's going to get out with her reboot.
If she keeps fighting.
Oh, there goes Fountain for the team. Cloudstorm, Prime Directive doing some nice damage, but Fear Scarf going to be able to finish him off with the Spitfire Goop. Yeah. That's going to be a great opportunity to pick up this Kraken.
Yeah.
Yes. The Finn and the Quibble and the Stun is very important for the team, but they can stun and lock him in place. And then Scarf with his Spitfire and his Goop from afar is just doing good damage to them, and Glaive going in with his little bit of AoE damage and his crit damage. That was a really good team fight by Team Crow. That stun wasn't the stun, the Scarf Goop and the Fire, Spitfire and the Glaive was really good team fight. I wouldn't get Journey Boots on Arden just because Arden isn't slow, but he isn't slow like Finn is, so I would definitely get the War Treads for the team engagement war running away, and I would get Journey Boots on Finn just because he can start and bring engagements to him, so you just need the Journey Boots with the extra speed, and Arden should have gotten War Treads for the team boost of speed to whether engage or to run away from fights, and Alpha with the Metal Jacket, that double defense, that's really good.
Yeah, going back to that last team fight, Yugieto did a really good job on that Finn. Great Quibble placement, able to stun down that Ringo so they could get last bit damage off, and then ended up stunning Arden out of his gauntlet. Termination Protocol coming out, not quite going to be able to take out the Scarf. Goop coming down, Eve pretty much giving him a lot of his HP back, plus the Fountain, and they're going to be going back for this chase. Spitfire going out, not going to land. Going to Afterburn the Arden back, and Arden is going to get caught out. Goop Spitfire is going to be able to finish him off, and they're looking to push with this Kraken. Spitfire going to land on the Alpha. Dragon's Breath coming out. Alpha goes down. Oh, man, are they going to be able to finish off the Ringo? Frostburn going to slow him down. There goes the Quibble, going to stun him. Goop, Spitfire, Polite Company not quite going to be able to finish him off. He's going to get into the Sanctuary last minute and be able to survive. But looks like they are going to be able to finish off this last turret. And Kraken goes down, but that is going to be game one for Team Crow.
Yes, Team Crow, from the offset, they had the huge advantage just because of the Finn and his stun is huge, taking his to keep the fight contained. Scarf with his really good crystal name with the Spitfire and the Goop, and then Glaive be able to go in after burn the enemies and bring them towards them. His really good damage, and that team fight, that whole game honestly just went for the Crow. Yes, Team Cloudstorm had some moments there where they had the advantage, but overall the advantage went to Team Crow.
Yes, so Cloudstorm had really good throughout the whole match with that Alpha, but once they got into the late game, getting the double Aegis on both the Scarf and the Glaive, and then having that full build, getting that Eve, once Scarf got that Eve, was the big power spike coming out from him, able to just sustain with the massive damage coming out from the Spitfires and the Goop. Being able to, a lot of the times those fights, he would land the Goop on both the Arden and the Alpha, which means getting Eve lifesteal and just getting massive stack damage off on both heroes at the same time was just giving him so much sustain, and he was just able to stay alive against that Alpha finally for these team fights.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go into this next match. So that match went to to Blood Crows, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so let me just give them a point over here. And hopefully they'll be patient. Alright, cool. Thank you, Cold Killer, by the way, for the 100 biddies. You're amazing. And yeah. Let's see. Let's switch them up. And for you guys just joining us, we have the first EZL EU Master League Season 2, the first match of the season, Blood Crows versus Team Cloudstorm. I've got Hypervein here casting, and oh my gosh, why? I've got Hypervein casting with me, and it's this name because you're on DataZook's account, so I want to be like, and DataZook, no, and Blakeinator, Blakeinator casting on DataZook's account, but that is actually Blakeinator doing the play-by-play.
How's it going, guys? I haven't made myself an EU account yet, but that's going to be changing one of these days.
Yep, alright, so we'll start this. I switched them, right? Okay, they're good.
Yes, you did.
Awesome.
Gotta love tier 6 players when they call a tournament game sweaty.
Oh man, they're not.
It's a tournament game. It's supposed to be sweaty, man. Get your deodorant because you're gonna be sweating a lot.
I'm just watching it. Let's see, we have Alpha first ban and Glaive the second ban. Not surprising considering Alpha did really good for them in the last game and good as well. So I'm not surprised for those two picks. Now we're going to hopefully see maybe a Grace pickup. Maybe I was surprised it wasn't a Grace pickup last game, and then a Lance pickup.
You're gonna see a Lance. So Lance really strong here, having good crowd control, really good first pick. You can flex your team around it, and is just really good at shutting down a lot of different heroes.
And we're going to see the Catherine pick up finally. Maybe Arden. Let's see, it's taken to the, and we have Catherine. Catherine, after the update, her A does use a lot more energy than it normally does, and they increase the cooldown for her ult, but she is still a really good Catherine with those stuns and those silences. That, the energy usage can be negated with either Clockwork or an Echo, which usually see Echo on her just to see the double stuns or double silences for ult or A, and we will see pick up a Sky in the jungle. And Sky jungle, and she can play the lane war jungle, but she's mostly seen play in the jungle CP, and then we will see what. But from the look of it, she kind of be going lane because the talk may be being picked up by them, and we'll see what. And Crow will pick up a jungle Samuel, which again he can be played. In fact, he can be played in the lane war jungle, but mostly he's seen in the jungle as well. And let's see what the last pick for Team Crow is going to be.
Yeah, really strong pickup by Punch Hard. Samuel works really well with Lance. Being able to get that Githian wall locked down and then place your Oblivion down right at the same time gives you a really good combo. And having that Jewel on there as well with the rocket jump, they're gonna have a really great time if they can get it timed right. Having this lockdown and just heavy control comp.
Jewel in the lane. Do you ever see Jewel in the lane that often?
Yes, Jewel is actually really good in the lane, especially if you have a Samuel. You want to go Samuel in the jungle. Having the Jewel lane really good here. Lets you get those items built up faster because you're in that lane, getting a lot more gold. And the faster you get built with Jewel, the more you can just wreck late game and even mid game.
True. I do not play Jewel that often, so I'm not very too familiar with her builds and what she can go and all that. But who do you think won the draft? I would say Team Crow won this draft a little bit. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Team Crow again. Just that Lance Samuel combo, just in and of itself, is really strong. But then having the Jewel on top of it with the rocket jump and then just the heavy burst damage he pulls off late game, they're gonna have some trouble on the side of Cloudstorm.
Yes, and they manage to get Vision to keep that Taka contained. They will have the advantage. If they cannot keep track of Taka, the Taka can go either on the Jewel or the Samuel do really good burst damage.
Now, I will have to say I gotta be judging this Lance because we gotta see how good a player he is. If he gets about 30 or 40 scout traps on the map and then starts spamming "We need Vision," he's good in my book.
I want to see how many roots he can get.
I did
that one game, was an amazing ranked game, and my teammates would not stop laughing. It's great to get your teammates in solo queue to just crack a joke.
Mm-hmm.
As a captain made myself, I understand how Vision is really important, but I saw one game where they gave a Taka and they did not put Vision down and they kept getting destroyed by the Taka. Taka was targeting their laner. They need to make sure they keep track of that Taka, especially in the late game, so that burst damage cannot be happening, so they can see where Taka is and they can keep him contained and shut him down before he can do anything.
Rocket Jump gonna come out, Impale coming down, both of them not gonna land, and Sky's gonna be in the clear.
Lance also has to be careful. He can help your team as much as he can not help your team. He can either push an enemy away from an ult, a would-be ult strike, or many other variables. But Lance needs to be careful. He can help your team, also hurt your team as well. But if he can time his impales and time his Githian walls into the walls, stun the opponents, this should be a really good game. If they can keep the fights in the jungle where the walls are confined, they'll be able to do well. And Taka going in to steal his farm, and he succeeds a little bit, taking his fronts. Seeing engagement. Still trying to steal the.
Alright, nice Githian wall coming out. Gonna stun the Taka so Samuel can get the health variant. Impale coming down. going to be able to lock that Catherine down for a second. There goes the Drifting Dark. Punch Hard trying to land on that Taka, not doing too much damage, hitting a few Malice of Verdicts here and there, and doing some nice damage. Is he going to be able to finish him off? No, there goes the Healing Flask off from Taka. Punch Hard getting low, going to pop his Flask as well, and they're going to be disengaging.
Taka starting off with a Oak Heart. Normally you see Taka early game get 2 or 1 weapon blade for the early farm and the early damage when they engage, and eventually by us.
Little bit of a risky play coming off from Punch Hard. Go Taka, gonna be able to get that Elder Treant and get out of there with a Kaku. Coming up behind the Jewel. Gotta be careful though, because Jewel can do some nice damage.
Some pretty good Taka play.
Yes, it's really good Taka play. That Taka will be key for this game, because if Taka be able to sneak around the fights and do really good burst damage to either champion or Jewel, that will be the downfall. That's why vision in this game is really important. I expect Lance to get a contraption so you can have those mines on ready, placed in key moments, whether it be in the tri-bush or anywhere, to make sure that Taka is to be seen, that can go and jump on Taka and shut him down before he can do anything late game.
That Sky is just dodging everything. All the roots and the jumps.
Yes,
Sky is Surge Strike, doing a little bit of good damage off on Lufu. Still don't know how to pronounce that.
Just Lufu. It's W, Lufu, W. Yeah.
Lufu.
So.
Lufu. Yo, Beauty and the Beast, let's go.
just think of Luffy, but without the Y, just the U.
LeFou.
Oh, LeFou.
Where's Gaston? We got LeFou. Where's Gaston?
This is some engagement. Get them all going on the wall.
No one ganks like Gaston. No one shanks like Gaston. No one stuns in a Puerto or rates like Gaston.
Gaston should be like Lance.
Do these builds real quick.
Thank you, Cold Killer,
that
for the
one
biddies.
song, you know what that describes? Jungle CP saw. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh.
No one ganks and no one shanks like a CP saw.
This Punch Hard going for the early crystal damage and not getting much defense. Catherine with the fountain, which is pretty good, and then placing mines here and there. Has a Storm Crown for the early advantage, and has a light shield. Do you think the Taka should have gotten a crystal bit instead of a light shield, or do you think the light shield is good?
I mean, light shield did pick up. Will nullify a little bit of that early Samuel damage, and just having that Storm Crown, he'll have some nice true damage to go off of with the cooldown. Just decent damage off at the early game, so you just pick up crystal bits next time he shots.
Both lanes already have Sorrow Blade already, and from the look of it, they will be working towards. Sky may be working towards Trail Trigger, and Jewel may be working towards, from the look of it, it's going to be probably...
Oh, nice Impale, then the Rocket Leap, going to lock down that Sky heavily. Like I said, that Lance, a really good pickup by them. Landing the Impale gave Jewel the great opportunity to put down the Rocket Leap, and right there you see the Oblivion. Lance using the Impale to lock him down, and the Oblivion ends up getting him off. But Jewel overextending a little bit, but Fountain is going off. Malice of Verdicts with the Drifting Dart. There goes the Rocket Jump, and Jewel going to be able to finish off that Taka. Big red button coming out, and there goes Sky. But Crystal Sentry is going to be able to take out Jewel. Really good engage by Team Crow there. Like I said, Lance, a really strong pick here, landing all of those impales. Able to just get some nice damage off, and then just sets up for that Rocket Leap and that Oblivion just so well, giving so much crowd control for this team.
Catherine going in. I guess he was trying to put a turn and get her sack, which is cool. Curler, I expect her to be doing a lot more stuns to get get her Captain of the Guard perk up and get that extra shield and armor. Especially when we need that armor and shield though, because that
Impale going out, not gonna land, but the Thunder Strike from Jewel is going to hit, doing some nice damage. Oh, nice death from above coming out, gonna stun the Samuel, and Samuel goes down. There goes Lance. Jewel left alone by the Taka and not gonna be able to do anything. That's gonna be a triple kill for Sky. an ace, and that's also going to be probably a gold mine as well as a turret.
Mm-hmm.
See the vision being placed around here. One in the tri-bush, one from each team near the crystal sentry. Crystal gold miner, and I expect Team Cloud to go in and get rid of the vision. But that was a really good engagement. That series strike is what they definitely did for that fight. That's done, and then Taka going in for the foot burst damage, and
Death from above coming down, going to land onto the Lance. Yeah, really bad for Sam. Got caught out there. There goes the X-Reds. You're going to finish off the Lance. Sky. Nice damage coming out. There goes the big red button. Going to finish off the Sky. Great play by Jewel. Knowing she's low. Having that big red button up. Going to get some nice damage off. And Taka going in with the X-Retsu. There goes the stun. Going to land on the minion. Going to rocket jump out. And Jewel going to be able to get out of there. There goes the X-Retsu. Kaiten to finish off the Jewel. Kaku coming out. And Taka is going to be able to get out. Popping that healing flask is going to be pretty much back up to full HP. Still having the fountain off on the Catherine. Taka can look to engage here if they wait for an opportunity.
Catherine throwing that silence to help the Taka get away, I think, was a really good move. Because
yeah, great blast tremor coming out by Catherine. Able to lock on that silence, get Taka out of the turret range without taking much more damage from the Samuel's Malice and Verdicts to just give him time to Kaku out and pop that healing flask and just be in the clear. There's the tornado trigger coming off from Sky. It looks like most likely going to be going a breaking point next item.
Yeah,
Taka looking to get some farm.
Is he stealing again?
Let's see.
Rocket jump coming out. Going to lock the Sky down. Thunderstrike. Nice rocket jump by Jewel. Able to just get him down, but Taka's going to be able to just kite in to finish him off.
Yeah, like I said, the Taka's going to be key if they can get vision.
There goes a nice X-Retsu. Gets him out of that fight. Stunning the Lance out of his impale, keeping Taka from getting rooted. Great stun there by Alvaro. Really good Catherine and Taka this game. And then great death from above's coming out from Sky. He's been locking them down pretty well with those. Definitely found their team cop that they need to be using this game. They're doing a lot better with this. Taka going in with the Kaku. Low on energy, though. Kaiten in and is going to be able to get out. Fountain still up for both sides. X-Retsu coming out. Impale going to land on the Catherine and going to miss the Taka. Taka's going to be able to get out. Oblivion going in. Suri Strike out of the way, though. Is going to be able to finish off the Lance. And will he be able to finish off the Sam? No, but Taka should be able to. Out of energy, does not have his X-Retsu up. There goes the X-Retsu. Just now got enough energy for it. And he's going to be able to finish off the Sam and hopefully try to get out of there.
Wow.
She's talking here going, we're going for the Aftershock first. Do you think it's going to go Broken Myth Aftershock or Shadowless Aftershock?
Probably going to be going Broken Myth here. Gonna want to be able to get through. Samuel is going to be building towards that Aegis here soon. And having that passive on Jewel, having a little bit of armor and shield, being able to get through that little bit if she doesn't quite get a Aegis right away, will just be really good, just piercing through that damage and just being able to get stacks. He's staying alive a lot in these fights, so he's going to be able to get a lot of stacks. There goes the Impale. Merciless Pursuit coming out, going to stun the Lance. And Lance going to pop boots and get out of there. Waiting for the rest of his team to show up. Not going to want to 2v3 this team right now.
Catherine will pick up the Storm Crown here. A really good item for turrets and the objectives in general. A pretty good pickup considering they had no stealth hero. I would definitely agree with that pick. But she will have to keep up the vision. Especially late game, she won't have to buy mines, but she will have to have some flares on her to keep track of where the enemy may be so they will not get ganked and destroyed late game. Storm Crown, really good pickup here. See.
Yeah, Storm Crown a good pickup on Catherine with the cooldown and the health. I do think an Aftershock would have been a little bit better in this situation for the fact that Taka also has a Storm Crown, and you can only have one proc off at a time. There goes the Blast Tremor, going to silence him. Impale coming out onto the Sky, going to lock him down. Mouse Averted Drifting Dart. There goes the big red button, but not going to connect on anybody. Oblivion going to put to sleep the Catherine. The Eve Frostburn keeping the Samuel alive really well. More Malice Verdicts coming out. Gonna pop the Healing Flask onto Lance. Fountain is still up for the side of Cloudstorm.
Has Catherine used her Fountain at all?
No, Fountain is still up right now. I think she's used it once this game.
If that. Yeah, that's good. Yes, I understand some situations she may not want to waste a Fountain, but she will eventually need to use that Fountain to keep her teammates alive, especially in team fights, to keep them alive. And to
Has
keep
she just not needed to because the Taka had the Kaku all the time?
Yeah, really, really good team fights for the team Cloudstorm because not taking too much damage when they do, Sky just gets demolished and doesn't really have time to pop that Fountain, and the Taka, just with the Kaku, is able to just keep a lot of his HP up, and there haven't really been times where Fountain has been needed.
So I'm looking at, yes, you're right though, going back to that Storm Crown on Catherine, having 2 Storm Crown isn't really necessary, so Aftershock War would have been good on Catherine, but having 2 Storm Crown isn't bad either. But
yeah, I mean, having that cooldown from the Storm Crown as well as the extra health, and then if Taka is dead, you'll have some good objective clear, and she can solo Kraken with the Storm Crown, so. Oh, nice rocket jump, going to push them away. Sam might be able to get out. Oblivion placement, really good. There goes the Githian wall, going to lock that Sky down, and Sky is going to be taken out. Breaking point stacks being built on this Jewel is starting to dish out some nice damage. Thunderstrike coming out. There goes the Kaku, and he's going to get revealed. Rocket jump, going to push him back. Exaretsu coming out. There goes the Impale, not quite going to land. Kaku, oh my goodness, got hit by the Thunderstrike, but didn't get revealed. Taka got really lucky there, and he's going to be able to get out of there.
Do you think the Jewel's going to get defense for the Taka, or will just go straight weapon power with the armor?
I think right now he's fine, but he's going to want to get some defense against that Taka.
Yeah,
Taka is dishing out a lot of damage, and looks like Taka is actually going for his Shatter Glass. Sam getting caught out. There goes the Exaretsu, going to be able to finish him off. Great, Death from Above coming out from Sky. It was able to separate the Lance and the Jewel from the Samuel, and Samuel just got shut down by the Taka damage.
Yeah, I kind of figured you could go Shadow Glass just because the Jewel has no defense to Taka right now, so he's going to use that advantage to get the extra burst damage and the extra damage from the Mortal Wound. And so I expect to get a Shadow Glass combo commit just because the Jewel is not doing defense for him right now. She has the Metal Jacket for the
There's the Thunderstrike. Rocket Jump going to land onto the Sky, and Jewel is going to be able to finish him off. Jewel,
Guy was a little bit too aggressive.
Doing really good with these rocket jumps, landing on the Sky and just getting the nice stun off to just give him the opportunity to just finish him off with one more Thunderstrike.
Yes, and then the fights that are being contained in the jungle near walls, that Lance has the huge advantage because he can stun them into the wall and stun them and stop them. If they can keep the fights near a wall of some sort, they will have the advantage so far. But Taka is still going to be the key link here just because he can sneak around and get the Jewel. And I suspect he's going to target the Jewel whenever he can because the Jewel has no defense for him, so that burst damage is going to be extremely well. I see a Barb Needle on the Jewel. Do you think Barb is going to go Serpent's Mask or Shiv?
I think he's probably going to go Serpent's Mask. Shiv, I don't think would be a good item here. I honestly think going a second Tyrant's Monocle would be best. Just having that massive burst damage. But if he's going to go Lifesteal, Serpent's Mask will definitely be the better pickup. While Shiv does give the attack speed and the Mortal Wound, there's not really much you can use the Mortal Wound on. They don't have much healing other than, well, I mean, Shiv might be good against the Samuel, but you're going to be melting the Samuel most of the time anyway, so the Shiv's not really going to come into effect much. Impale coming out onto the Sky. Rocket Jump going to land on the Taka. There goes the Merciless Pursuit. Going to stun the Jewel. Blocked the Blast Tremor from the Catherine. And damage, they're going to be focusing the Jewel. Rocket Jump going to come out. Going to land onto the Taka, and Taka is going to go down. Nice Rocket Jump coming out by the Jewel. And so Taka goes down. Sky going back by the Crystal Sentry. And there goes the Surrey Strike. Gonna try to get out of there. There goes the Booth by Lance. There goes the Impale. Death from Above. Gets Githian walled. And that's gonna be a death for Sky. Jewel pushing the lane right now. Doing some nice damage off onto this Catherine. 7 breaking point stacks right now. and he's going to be able to take out this turret very easily. The burst damage that he has is just phenomenal once you get late game with Jewel. Rocket Jump going to come out, going to stun the Catherine, but going to get out because he sees that Taka is up. Going for Kraken right now, Samuel and Lance, but Taka is going to be able to finish off the Jewel. So a little bit questionable going for this Kraken here. They're going to have to back off because they're not going to be able to take it in time. Taka going to have an easy steal capabilities with his kit.
Yes, CP Samuel is not a good Kraken taker, and Lance with his slow meta attacks, not very good at taking Kraken. If they had Jewel there, maybe, but they should have waited and got to Kraken together, but those two heroes
Interesting thing going on right here. We see Cloudstorm going for Kraken right now. Definitely above, gonna land onto the Lance and stun him down. Sky doing some nice damage. There goes Fountain for the side of Team Crow. And Oblivion placement. Pretty bad Oblivion there. He saw the Jewel, able to sort of strike the opposite direction, so the prediction was a little bit off. But that's going to be Kraken for Cloudstorm, so good job by Cloudstorm. A little bit questionable starting that Kraken, but they were able to get it off in the end. Sky just be doing good, pushing them back into their jungle while Taka and Catherine just take it down with their Storm Crown perk.
Yeah, the Team Cloud definitely has the objective advantage with the 2 Storm Crowns. They can take objectives really, really fast. Team Crow does not have that advantage. They have one attacking hero, and it's just Team Cloud has the better advantage.
Above, doing some nice damage. Not that nice damage, but going to be able to stun the Lance. Taka going in with the Exoretsu to finish off that turret. Rocket Jump coming out, not quite going to land onto the Taka. Jewel might be thinking about locking onto that Sky, but not gonna, and Taka is going to be able to get in. Jewel gonna be able to not quite finish off this. Taka gets out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Exoretsu coming out. Nice damage off. There goes the Oblivion. Going to be able to put the Sky to sleep, but Fountain comes out for Catherine very late into this fight, popping that Fountain. Really good for them. They're gonna be able to be full health and try to re-engage after this Kraken is taken. Really good gameplay coming out by Cloudstorm right now. Fountains are coming out really late in these team fights, which is giving them a really huge advantage here.
That Jewel needs to bust that defense, brother. Honestly, she needs either a Husk or AGS, just because that Taka is targeting her, and that crystal damage from Taka is really, really doing some damage. And she needs to start defense. The mask is good like steel, but it doesn't matter if it has the mortal wound from Exoretsu negates the healing from the Rip Mask. So I think she should sell this mask when she can and buy a defensive item for Taka. Otherwise, she will not be able to stay alive long enough to do damage in these fights.
I agree. While the mask is good for the lifesteal, having the mortal wound on the Taka and then just how fast he's melting her down because she has no defense, she's not staying alive long enough to get that lifesteal to work.
Then Lance has the contraption Crucible War Treads Fountain and the do you agree with the Alice on Fountain against the Sky War?
I think if he can land the Atlas off, it is a good pickup. Nice damage coming off from Jewel, gonna be able to melt down that Taka. A little bit of a questionable engage there from them, not engaging with the Sky. Jewel has 18 breaking point stacks, so dealing some nice damage right now. There goes the Impale, Githian Wall, and that's going to be a triple kill for Jewel. Kraken getting up right this second. Looks like they're going to go just for the push instead. So looking to get a few turrets instead of going for that Kraken. Probably a good idea here. They're going to be able to get through the turrets really fast with that damage coming off from the Jewel. That's going to be one turret. Are they going to be able to get both turrets and possibly finish this game? If they separate their focus on the turrets right here, they should be able to get both of those. There goes one turret. There goes the other. Oh my goodness. Rocket Jump gonna be negated by the Merciless Pursuit. And, oh man, they should have got out after that second turret. I think Kraken would have been a better choice here, going for the Kraken. Jewel since they stayed in, Jewel should have focused the Vein Crystal. They weren't going to make it out of there. They weren't going to win that fight. So if they can try to melt that down as fast as possible, that's their one chance of getting out of there. That's going to be a free Kraken for Cloudstorm.
They should have gone for Kraken. That Kraken would have been a secured win. Yes, pushing is important, but that Kraken, that would have been a secure push. If they get pushed with the Kraken into their base, and that would have been game if they got Kraken. But they decided not to get Kraken to push. That would be the downfall, and that may end up being their loss for Team Crow for not getting that Kraken.
Yeah, definitely questionable play. Yes, they got all 3 turrets, but it cost them a really crucial team fight, and that gave Kraken to Team Cloudstorm.
Yes, that Kraken will be their downfall for not getting it. They should have gotten it. In CDS, they would have gotten all 3, and then they would have Kraken to get that Crystal Sentry. Even though they all did die, that Crystal would turn it in for the Kraken, but they decided not to do the push, and that would be the downfall, and that ended up being their loss.
We'll see. Nice Githing Wall coming out. Atlas coming down is going to lock down the attack speed off on the Sky. Jewel getting some nice broken mid stacks. There goes an Oblivion. Not going to land on anybody. But Jewel doing some nice damage. Going to finish off the Sky. Kaiting coming out. We do see the Husk on Taka. Impale not going to land. And Taka is going to be able to get out.
Are they
Jewel able to port back. Samuel looks like was going for possibly a backdoor, but is going back. What is Catherine doing?
I have
Catherine has not
idea.
been in this team fight at all. Catherine is defending for that backdoor, which I guess is going to pay off because Samuel was going for it, not quite going to be able to get it. Taka is going back, though. Samuel might be in a bad position. Nope, going to be able to port and get out of there and group up with his team. So Kraken was able to get 2 turrets there. So decent push going off by Cloudstorm.
Okay. If the Jewel can sell the mask and do some defense, they will be able to stay out longer, so you won't talk one up the carrots easily, and that will make last longer team fights, and so you can get those breaking point stacks up. That will be massive damage and massive burst damage. If she can do that, they will have the advantage in these fights. But if Taka keeps aiming towards the Jewel and doing that huge damage, she will not be able to stay longer do that damage, and that will leave with their team one less of a hero.
Githing Wall not quite gonna stun. There goes the Husk being popped. Mouse of Verdict's coming out, doing a nice damage off onto the Sky. Things are looking good for Crow. They're getting some nice damage off. They're locking down the Sky, building up stacks on that Jewel, and then Jewel's just able to melt down that Taka, and Taka just has to get out.
And the Husk is probably a pretty good pickup because that burst damage is really high on the Jewel. So the burst damage somewhat negates it, but I still think Jewel should sell that mask for defense. Having that mask makes no sense when the X-Ray...
There's Exaretsu and the Kaitin. The silence from the Catherine really shut that Jewel down. Jewel wasn't able to use any Thunder Strikes. Oblivion is going to put Taka asleep, but the Mouse and Verdict is not going to land. There goes the Exaretsu, doing some nice damage. We do see 7 broken mid-stacks coming off on Samuel. Oh, there goes a nice Impale. Mouse and Verdict's drifting dark. Not quite going to be able to finish.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Good job by Lance. Going to be able to finish off the Taka. Mouse and Verdict's going to finish off the Sky. And things are looking good for Samuel. Samuel bootsing out. Going to go for the Crystal. Lance should have stayed on the Catherine to keep her from being able to port back, giving Sam an opportunity to push this Vein Crystal without any hindrance.
You notice the team fight there within the jungle near the confined space, the choke point in the walls. That gave Lance the advantage to use the Githing Wall to stun the whole team and let Samuel do his thing from the back, throwing his out inverted and drifting dark into the enemies, doing that magical damage with those breaking point stacks. And that is why Team Crow may have just finished his game, and
that's going to be game 2 for Team Crow. Really good team fight, that very last engage. Honestly, great gameplay by both teams in that team fight because Taka locked onto the Jewel with an Exaretsu. At the same time, Blast Tremor came down from Catherine, silencing the Jewel, so Jewel couldn't use her Thunder Strikes for her massive damage and a decent amount of life steal, as well as her Rocket Leap to be able to stun that Taka. So Jewel just got wrecked and shut down so hard that team fight. But fighting in that choke point between the Tri-Bush and the Lane Bush in the jungle just gave Lance really great opportunity to get some nice Githing walls off, some good impales. and that just gave Punch Hard the opportunity to just get some stacks up and was able to just melt down and get some nice lifesteal off on this Taka, and they were able to get the team fight in on their side and able to finish off that game for a win. And that's going to be it for Team Crow, getting the series in a 2-0 victory.
Yep. Alright, so just tell them to remember to report their wins. And thank you guys so much for joining us. That was the first match for the EU Master League Season 2 for EZL. Blood Crows won. And thanks guys for watching. Thank you so much you guys for casting. Hyper and... Oh my god, why is my brain doing this to me? It does it every single time.
It's DataZook here. Glad to be
no,
here
it's
with
not
you guys.
DataZook. It's Blakeinator. I keep thinking DataZook. It's Blakeinator's here on DataZook's account. But thank you so much again, you guys.
Inception.
You guys are awesome. All right, well, bye, stream. Thanks for watching.